This play from LSU is a bit of an option route, and they'll run it at a 3x2, run the option over here on this side, on the two receiver side, or they'll do that 2x2 and usually get their back out, and they ran some snag and stuff like that, but we'll look at that here in a second. But what they do for that option route, he comes off, he's kind of pacing it. He's trying to understand what the leverage is, and it looks like right here, as we play it, you can see that there's a lot of guys that have inside leverage, so he's pacing it, he's trying to get square to that safety, but he's coming off, he's trying to see where they're at, and right here, everybody's got inside leverage, so he's going to end up bursting to the out right here. And Joe Burrow likes it, so he throws it out there. It's an easy completion. Right there, all inside leverage. Now, if they would have kind of switched that leverage, maybe that safety rolls outside or that end drops underneath outside, he'd probably work this three receiver side. And what they end up running over here on the three receiver side is they usually like to run somebody in this area and then have two guys underneath. And what they end up running is they run kind of a square in with a corner route, which is a really easy read for the quarterback as well, especially if it stays too high. If they would have stayed too high, this would have been a fine look, probably hitting one of these two square ends with that safety over the top. But right there, he likes his leverage that he has. He knows there's nobody in that space. They let that clear out by him kind of pacing it before he breaks to the out. And right there, nice, easy, accurate throw, getting the ball to one of your best players in space. Here's another look at this option route from LSU. He paces it off and he goes out. You got FOR right there. Well, then it runs, they run a slot fade right here. He runs an out. He runs a bit of a hitch right there, just getting two underneath with one over the top. And as you'll play, you'll see Oklahoma has a little bit different of a roll. This safety actually rolls that direction. He plays pretty low, and that end ends up dropping underneath that option route. And as you play and kind of look at Joe Burrow's eyes, he's pretty quick to get over here to this option route to see exactly what's going on. And I think he sees that he's dropping pretty hard to it, and then he's got this safety down pretty low. And he also probably saw this roll that direction, so understands that he's one-on-one here, one-on-one there, one-on-one there, as opposed to basically two-on-one here, and with the safety rolling that direction. So he goes away from it. And so right there, pretty quickly, he gets his eyes over here towards that safety, towards that slot fade, and he ends up stepping up and throwing it to the slot fade. I believe that's probably what he was looking for. He just saw that it was 2-on-1 right there against number 2. So he ended up going backside, knowing it's 1-on-1 with slot fades and out and a hitch right there. So he ends up laying it out there. They end up not getting a completion, but you can see what they were probably looking for right there, looking for rotation, trying to see if they're 1-on-1 or not. If he rushes, then they'd be 1-on-1. Probably going to throw it out here, but he drops underneath it. So he works this side of the field pretty quickly. Boom. Had his eyes over there, and he doesn't like it. Now he's over there, likes that slot fade, lays it out there, gives the guy a chance. After LSU had been running that option route quite a bit, they'd come off and they'd option him. They run something where they had a deep route right here and then two underneath routes. What they ended up doing was they ended up catching him in a cover 3 roll. He actually rolled back and he rolled down. They just ran their slot fade right here and got over the top of him. But we'll play it and we'll see exactly what takes place. So right there, as you can see, that linebacker, nickelback, he's actually dropping back to cover 3 hole. Everybody else is playing pretty low. He's dropping down to the flats, and here's the receiver right here. He knows there's a lot of space in that area. He's going to try to get his hips open or make him pause just a little bit, and he's going to go to the fade. And right there, Burrow, his eyes go down the middle. He sees we got rotation in that direction, so we're going to high-low this corner right here. That corner stays low, go over the top on that fade. And right there, hits the top of his drop, steps up, lays the ball out there. Wide receiver's a really good ball player with that roll. He's able to get about 2-3 yards of space. Again, good accuracy right there to the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Here's the same play out of kind of a 2x2 set. They have their fullback as opposed to a wide receiver, but what they end up doing is they're running the option route right here. Again, he's going to want to square up the safety and pace it a little bit. He's going to outside release, try to get these guys to clear out. What they end up running over here to this side is they end up running a snag. So he runs a snag, he runs the corner, and he runs a shoot right there. Now, I think if it probably get 2-on-1 right here and don't like the leverage, they probably slide over here to this side and take advantage of that. But right here, you can see he steps up, so he knows that it's going to be 1-on-1 right here with the safety. He's going to pace it. He can break in, break out. And right here, he breaks to the out, and Joe Burrow takes it. And it's a nice, easy completion, not hard. And with the timing of it and the spacing of it, quarterback's not rushed to throw that out. He's able to really set his feet. And you can look over here to the other side. This side, they're running that snag concept, which right there, if you're looking at snag, probably throwing that snag route. But really like the 1-on-1 with the safety and one of his best players with a lot of space. Easy completion right there early in the game. Here's the same look of LSU running their option route out of that 20 personnel set with the snag. And what they end up doing is they actually end up working the snag side And just based off of the past 2 looks, I would say that they're probably looking to see, are these safeties, are they staying true? Are they staying a too high look? Or are they going one high? The last play they ended up rolling. They brought a blitz right here, and I think they ended up rolling right here to the option route side. So they stayed with this option route side, and they liked it, and they threw that out. Right here they stay too high, stay pretty true. So that he ends up working that snag side, which if you just look at the numbers, you got a corner right there, probably going to take him. He's stepping in. He could possibly take him, and he's running a shoot right there. They'd have to trade it off just perfectly to be able to make that play. Instead, you could probably throw that corner almost like an out route if you can really break off of that safety. But right here, as you can play it, you can see that corner's chasing. He's walling that corner. So right there, it's good rubs right there for that shoot route. Just not quite as accurate as he normally is, and just kind of misses. But it should be a free completion right there, running the snag because it stayed too high. Right there, if they would have rolled, they would have done anything, because right there you can see it. As soon as Joe Burrow catches it, the very first thing he does is he takes his eyes down the middle of the field. He's looking for a safety rotation. No rotation, so he says, hey, I'm going to go to the snag side. Goes through his progression. There's this guy right there, just not quite accurate to get a completion and big play right there, get the ball in space to his guy. In this situation, LSU's in a 3rd and 18, so a long yardage situation. And what they run here is they end up running mesh. And the protection here, if you watch the playoff games this weekend, I believe the Bills used it quite a bit. They'd get an empty, and you have your tight end, you have your running back right there, and they chip on these defensive ends and make sure that these tackles aren't having to set too wide to them, and then they'll release to check downs or meshes, and that's what they do right here. So they're going to chip right there, and then they're going to mesh. They're going to have a post. They're going to have he's going to outside release, trying to widen all this area right here, and then he's going to run a dig, and then he's going to be running some sort of a corner route, something to take those guys wide. And we'll just kind of play it and let you see what exactly takes place. So ball snapped. You can see they're kind of slow playing it, knowing that they're just going to mesh. They want to make sure that they get a good chip. He's going to get a good piece right there. He's a good piece. Make sure that tackle has him right there. Randy Moss's son actually knocks the guy down. Does a good job right there being physical. Now they're coming on those meshes. Once Joe Burrow hits the top of his drop, he's stepping up. He knows it's 3rd and 18. Worst case scenario, he can check it down right here to one of these meshes and get a completion and let those guys hopefully run for it. But right there, he's able to climb up into the pocket. Knows that he's got that dig coming across. And again, a lot of traffic. This is somewhat similar to that throw against Texas. Not quite as condensed of a pocket, but right here stepping up. He's getting a hand in his face. Free rusher now. He's gotten disengaged, so he's coming in. And right there, he puts the ball on his guy's chest. Really accurate throw. 20-yard ball and a guy running a square in. Really impressive right there, and then giving his guy an opportunity to make the play, and then also get forward for the first down. So nothing real intricate. The best part about that is you know that you're going to have a lot of guys that pinning their ears back and they're coming right there, 3rd and 18. So these guys do a great job chipping and then getting out for those meshes for a big play to continue to kind of put this game away for LSU right there in the first half. Really good throw. Puts it right on his chest for a first down. It's just one of those things, just the accuracy of Joe Burrow continues to impress. Here's a play from LSU that they run on the goal line, and they ran it against Alabama. But right here, instead of having their running back that they had when they played Alabama motion back from that wide receiver spot, they have their receiver move back because I think their running back was a little banged up for this game. So they end up having their receiver move to that spot. But what they end up doing is they get into this pretty tight bunch over here. These receivers, they know they're dragging over there on that from that side all the way across. And what he's doing is he's running a post, he's chipping, he's getting to the flats, and he's basically running a corner right there against Alabama. They ended up hitting that for a big touchdown late in the game, where I think it's like right there before the end of the half to put them up and kind of put that game away. But right here, we'll play it and see exactly what happens this time. And like we said, they motion their receiver back there instead of their running back. And right there on the snap, you can see there's quite a bit of congestion over there. Corner chases right there going to the post. Outside backer gets over the top right there. He's in good spot right there. Safety actually gets over the top, getting to the flats. You can definitely take that flat route right there and hope that he can get into the end zone with a one-on-one with a safety with a little bit of a natural rub just based off spacing right there. But he ends up letting it work, and so he steps up in the pocket. And here you have the drag coming across the field. He steps up, doesn't like any of that, starts to scramble a little bit, and just based off of him continuing to work and getting open, Burrow's able to find him right there for a touchdown. But then you can run it back and see what they're really looking for. And again, they got a good natural rub right here, and he's going to end up digging as well. So post, he's going to the flats. He's releasing right there to the corner, and that's kind of their first look. They're looking over for this smash. Hopefully that post will kind of get a rub. You can get this drag coming back across, and that's what they end up hitting. Right there, you can see he's looking for that corner. It gets jammed up a little bit. Now he's looking for that drag. He scrambles around. He's able to find his receiver for a touchdown right there early in the game to make it 14-7 LSU.